BBC Radio Shropshire.
With Adam Green and Vicki Archer.
Now, we have some amazing things, don't we, that come to Shropshire. I can tell you that Elio Pace is coming to the Theatre Severn in Shrewsbury. And he's one of those people that have been doing his job, which he loves, for over 30 years. And the people that say this man is ace, there is a massive, great big list of them. So who inspires him?
Bob Monkhouse, Ronnie Corbett, Sir Terry Wogan, Huey Lewis, Katrina Leskinich, Albert Lee, and many more.
And do you remember what they say to you? Do you remember those nuggets that you store away in your heart, and at 3 a.m. you just open them up and go, yes, okay, I can do this?
Yes, I do. I remember. It's more about. It's more about their whole approach to me, more than just one single thing that they said. You sense from people who are content with themselves. Let's talk about Brian May and Huey Lewis, who I think are two of the most loveliest superstars on earth I've ever had the pleasure of meeting and working with. Happy that what they do, they work very, very hard to do the best they can do, but they love what they do. They have worked hard to get themselves to a point where they took risks with what they do. They weren't afraid of standing up against things they didn't like, and said no when they needed to say no. I'm talking about lots of people now, but Brian May, honestly, is just one of the loveliest people you could ever wish to meet. And how incredibly famous and successful is that man, and yet he doesn't carry it. He just doesn't carry it. He's humble. We did a rehearsal with him on the Weekend Wogan show, and he was like a young man just been allowed to play with the band, for the first time. He was like, "Oh, can I hear it like that? Guys, that sounds great. Can we do this? Hey, that was a nice thing. Keep that. That's brilliant."
It's infectious, isn't it?
Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful to work around. It's a lovely atmosphere. Smiling, happy, joking. And I tell you what, one of the most incredible things ever happened to me with him was that at the end of that rehearsal with Kerry Ellis, he packed his guitar away, or his roadie packed his guitar away, and he went round thanking everybody, saying, "Thank you so much. Wonderful. See you tomorrow for the live show on Radio 2. He was halfway down the corridor when I started up my song that I needed to rehearse with my band, Give Me Some Lovin'. I started it, give me some love. And halfway through the first chorus, he stopped walking out of the door with his people. He turned around, he walked back down, motioned to his guitar tech to take his guitar out of the case again, put the guitar back on, plugged it back in, and started playing with us.
Wow.
And at the end of the song, and we were all beaming, going, "What's going on? What is going on?" Brian May is jamming with us. And at the end of that, he said, "Shall I play out with you tomorrow morning?" I was like, "What? Are you kidding?" And I sarcastically in the microphone went to the producer, "Alan, Brian May wants to play with us tomorrow. What do you think? I don't know." And he just was like, "Yeah, I'd love to play," because he loves what he does. And being around people like that, and lovely people, the late, great Ronnie Corbett, who was just another happy, beautiful, wonderfully kind, lovely man. Sir Terry Wogan himself, and Huey Lewis. I just, and then you got icons like Albert Lee, who's just, walking around with the title of being the greatest guitarist on earth, that Eric Clapton says, and yet you would never believe it by talking to the guy, and how generous he was on stage with me for 3 years when I was in his band. Do that, yeah, go for it, man. Get under the piano, put your foot on it, yeah, sing another song. That, for me, those are the things that I carry with me. Those are the things that constantly inspire me.
And you just go, you listen to him, don't you? And just go, "Oh, this is amazing. I want to know more." The Billy Joel Songbook is being performed by Elio Pace and his band at the Theatre Severn. You can hear all about that after a bit of Queen. Queen, and we will rock you on BBC Radio Shropshire after listening to Elio Pace talking about Brian May. What a lovely man he is.
Just saying, "Oh, can I play with you on the radio tomorrow?" That's really amazing.
A little bit busy. No, you can't. Thanks, Brian. But I think the thing is that Elio is doing the Billy Joel Songbook, which made me just go, does Billy Joel know what you're doing?
Yes, he does. I've had a couple of discreet messages sent back to me via email from his management and people close to him saying Billy is fully aware of who you are and what you're doing and that you're featuring his music in Britain, and he's very, very grateful for it.
What if you do a better job than him? What happens then? I'm just putting it out there. I mean, it's...
You're pushing the buttons, Vicky. Look, I want to do the best job I possibly can, right? But you're talking about my favourite singer-songwriter on earth. I think he's the greatest that's ever lived. So, to me, the guy really can't do any wrong. I don't care that he's had a double hip operation and doesn't run around the stage anymore. I don't care that some of those songs are down a key or two. I have to do that myself. I wish other artists would take heed and actually not try to be 17 years old anymore and go, do you know what, you'd sing this much better if it was down a tone. And Billy's smart, and he does that, and he sounds beautiful when he sings. And he wrote what I believe is the greatest rock and roll songbook of all time. So in my view, the guy can do no wrong. He's getting older. He's 67. I'm 48. I'm just glad that I'm fit enough to be running around. But there'll come a time when I won't be, and there'll be a younger 24-year-old young man who's doing another Billy Joel show soon, and he'll be diving across the piano when I can't. So,
or somebody will be doing the Elio Pace songbook instead.
Well, now you've hit on something very close to my heart, because I did always want to be, like Billy Joel, a songwriter, a singer-songwriter, and do my own stuff.
The best things in life are free, but still I'm Bill Quarterly. That's right. Ow! And I'm just addicted to the phone.
I have done it. I've written an album full of my own material. I cannot believe how critically successful it was. It didn't make me £1 million. It wasn't number one around the world, but I've had covers off it. I've had a top 10 hit off it by a band in Sweden who covered one of my songs. My Christmas song, What a Day. You guys at the BBC are the greatest champions of my Christmas song, What a Day.
What a day, what a day. The magic is here. What a day, what a day. Been waiting all year. What a day, what a day. Christmas in that old-fashioned way.
It was playlisted by Radio 2 back in 2009, and then you guys, you play it every Christmas. I get texts and phone calls from all around the country going, I'm just driving along, listening to you in Devon or in Shropshire or in Cumbria, you know. So I'm proud of that, and I do want to get back to that. I do want to get back. I've got to get this Billy Joel thing out of my system because I absolutely love the music so much, and I feel it needs to be out there. No one else is doing it. And I found out in the middle of that first year we did it in 2014, 2.5 years ago, when we first put this together, after 30 years of dreaming about doing this show, I looked around waiting for someone to do it. I thought, someone's going to do it, someone's going to do it, someone's going to. And in the end, that thing where you go, it's me this has been left to, Vicky. And I've done it, and I've got the most incredible support with the most amazing band. We have amazing fans come to see this show now. I knew Britain was starved of Billy Joel, and I was right. And now, after 2.5 years, we're starting to sell out well before we even go to a place. I played in front of 55 people, 33 people, 81 people in 2014, but it didn't bother me. I knew that the word just had to go out that this show was around. And then I found out in the middle of that year that I'm the first person in the world ever to take the Billy Joel songs, fashion them into a concert-style proper theatre show with some stories. We do over 34 Billy Joel songs in the show, and then tour it around a nation. No one has ever toured a nation with Billy Joel music.
Well, the 11th of September in Shrewsbury at the Theatre Severn. I've got to say, Elio, we can't wait.
Oh, well, I can't wait. I know it's a beautiful theatre, a beautiful part of the world, and we've got a great crowd, and I absolutely can't wait.
So that is this Sunday, 11th of September, the Billy Joel Songbook with the lovely Elio Pace. He was smashing, wasn't he?
He's made me just want to leap and go, I must get to watch him.
Exactly.
I mean, he's very infectious.
Well, make sure that if you want to review it, you get listening to Ryan Kennedy this weekend. He might be able to put you on the guest list. Billy Joel and Piano Man on BBC Radio Shropshire. I am really looking forward to seeing Elio Pace do Billy Joel. I think it's going to be really exciting. In fact, I'm going.
Yes, he's definitely someone that the way he spoke there has made me think I need to go and see him perform. And I was listening to his album actually in our office earlier, and he's really good.
But in a great way, it's also made me want to revisit Billy Joel's back catalogue.
No bad thing.
No.
BBC Radio Shropshire.
With Adam Green and Vicki Archer.
I saw a massive talent that you heard from last week, Elio Pace, at the Theatre Severn in Shrewsbury last night.
What a nice man he was.
Oh, he was so lovely.
He was really nice.
And he had the audience in the palm of his hand. And it was doing the whole songbook from Billy Joel. He gave it such passion, his skill on the piano and his team and his humility as well, because he was constantly talking about Billy Joel as his hero, putting all the credit for everything in Billy Joel's hands. And it was educational, it was theatre, it was performance, it was gigging, we were dancing, crying. It was wonderful. Such a wonderful time.
Fantastic. Oh, it's great, isn't it, when you discover an artist and then very soon after you go and see them and they live up to what you're hoping that they're going to be like.
Absolutely.